Joining me now is Congresswoman Cammack. She is a Republican from the state of Florida. Congresswoman, thanks for being with us tonight here on the Hill. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Great to be with you.
So this was a campaign promise from the president to declassify these files. Already one of JFK's grandchildren is coming out and saying they're not in favor of this. Why do you think the president did it, and do you think the American people deserve to know?
Well, first things first, promises made, promises kept. This was something, as you just said, that the president had spoken about on the campaign trail. And quite frankly, for decades, there has really been no good reason as to why the remaining files have not been released. It's no secret that Americans across the country have a distrust. They certainly see a lack of accountability and transparency within government. And so I think the president really is taking a step trying to rectify that lack of transparency. And this has been one of those things that has just been lingering out there. And I would say let's take it one step further. Let's start releasing the Epstein list. That is something that I know every American is very interested in seeing.
You think he's going to do it?
You know, he has talked about it on the trail. I would not be surprised one bit if he released the Epstein files.
All right. I want to take a live look in Southern California, Congresswoman, because we've been following these fires there out in the Los Angeles area for weeks now. The governor there, Gavin Newsom, expected to speak any moment now. We were here for weeks talking about your area. You represent the Southwest Florida area by Cedar Key, the devastating hurricanes that ripped through your area. I'm a Floridian, you're a Floridian, we all know about it. And now there's a conversation here in Washington about adding strings, adding stipulations to potential federal aid for California. Do you believe as a Floridian, a congresswoman who represents an area that is prone for hurricanes and prone for disasters, that now's the time to say, you know what, let's put stipulations on aid?
You know, I think as someone who has dealt with, and just even recently, 3 major hurricanes in 13 months, I think we have the credibility to speak to this quite significantly. In the case of Florida, the state itself has invested over $1 billion into resiliency programs. We have seen everything from raising homes to reinforcing walls.
I hear you. Yeah, no, Congresswoman, I hear you, but I guess that's the point, right?
No, but you have to let me answer.
Go for it, and then I'll go for it.
But that's the point, is because California has not done that. I'm the wife of a firefighter, and the very first thing that my husband said to me when the fires started raging was, I guarantee you they have not been doing the annual testing on their hydrants, and I know for a fact that they do not do the maintenance burns required to keep the level low.
So I just heard you
have not done what they need to do. They have to make a change.
So I just heard you talk about the $1 billion. I guess the point is, Congresswoman, and other items, it opens up down the line, theoretically, you could have Democrats in a Democratic-controlled Washington say, they only put in $1 billion. It should have been 10, 20, 55, whatever the number is. Now we got to add some stipulations to it and maybe hold back the delta there.
What we are saying, and this is, again, everything is up in the air at this point. These are conversations happening. The point is that California has done absolutely nothing to mitigate the risk and the fire risk in these areas. That is the point. Meanwhile, Florida has made a concerted effort to do resiliency efforts and mitigation. That's oranges and apples. So if you look at it from that standpoint, you're probably wondering, well, why didn't they do the testing? Why did Karen Bass, the mayor of LA, cut $17 million from the fire budget? Why were they more focused on what box the firefighters checked rather than whether they were qualified? These are the things that a lot of people need answers to, and people have lost everything. They deserve to have a fire department that's focused on fighting fires and a group of people in their leadership that is focused on actually doing the work rather than making it a political statement.
Congresswoman, I got to leave it there. Thank you for being with us here on the Hill tonight. Appreciate it. So as the Congresswoman just mentioned, by the way, real quick, thank you for watching, and make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.